right. Oi. Hello, people. こんにちは、みなさん。このマイクは面白いだね。音の質がいいですね。So I was supposed to post on this, like, as I learn Japanese. I'm still not great, but it's been over a year since I've been in Japan. For those who haven't talked to me, I have stayed in a southern island of one of the main islands called Shikoku. I was working at a hostel. I posted that on my YouTube. And then I worked at a onsen, like a bathhouse in the mountains, where the closest supermarket was like 40-minute hike away. But I met one of the most amazing people, half Japanese, half Thai, um, feller named Taiki. And yeah, we're still in touch, and I hope to visit him in Thailand at some point. Um, and then yeah, biggest share house in Japan. Once I moved to Chiba, which is like east of Tokyo. I was living like an hour and 10 minutes east for like $400 a month U.S. rent, which is crazy. Um, and yeah, that was a super far commute to school, the eventual Japanese school that I found, which has been 15 hours a week of class, and then however long I take to study, which varies week to week. I cold emailed my boss, who I just made the tennis video for the Hilton. We're one of the first places to open pickleball courts. We painted pickleball court lines, and we just did a workshop with the Hilton group staff there to teach them how to play. So yeah, I cold emailed my boss, Philip, Canadian guy, well, Polish, I hope, I think, he must, yeah. And Division 1 tennis player, lovely guy, lives just down the way, super far from Tokyo, actually, east on the water, where I go surfing with my mom's good friend from high school, Tetsu, who I am going to Indonesia with now in April to Sumatra. So maybe I'll finally get barreled, unlike never in San Diego ever, because the local spots where the waves barrel are just very scary. And I don't really belong there yet. But maybe after Sumatra, Indonesia in April 2nd to 14th of 2025, so only a few months away. That's why I'm trying to make a good push for the video stuff too, because that would be an awesome place to make a video. But yeah, so the initial purpose of this blog was to document all that kind of stuff. I'm in a new share house now, but I have my own apartment. The tennis job is like half time. It's like 20 hours a week now. And then, yeah, studying is the other half time. So it is 3:10 in the morning here, and I'm taking the Nihongo no Ryoku Shiken 明日 from 昼間から12時から it's like 4時間ぐらいと思うけどあまり良くない which is like I'm taking the Japanese national language exam, not a super high level, just the N3, not super relevant to jobs, but it'll be a good baseline of where I'm at. And I can't sleep. So I've just been editing that Hilton video that I also just posted it on YouTube. It's taken so long, and I'm learning though. I'm finally like being more diligent about this online editing class. So my brother's coming in a month, and yeah, big brother, and hopefully we'll do some good vlogging. Finally, this is what I've always wanted to do, but just haven't gotten around to it, or prioritized studying Japanese in my first year. But now I think it's time to combine both and make some cool videos here. And yeah, so he's coming in a month. He's been with me for my birthday for the last like 4 years, which is like his thing now, which I'm very grateful for, which is kansha shiteru in Japanese. So ani ni totemo kansha shite imasu. 子供の時よく喧嘩したけど 仲が良くなりました、最近. We fought a lot when we were younger, but we get along like two peas in a pod, which edamame, by the way, or edamame, is branch bean. Eda and mame, branch bean. Thanks, Mom, for never telling me that. I guess it wasn't really relevant, but little things like that have been cool in the past year. Shout out to my buddy Knox, who's like my video mentor. Um, he's married to a lovely cook. I helped him at his Mexican place. He's on to new things now. Um, Working for Sushi Bar Ginza, so check it out. I'll put the Instagram in the link below. Not that like anyone watches this anyway, but Lucas, my guy, lovely man, very wise man. Kashikoi is wise in Japanese. Kashikoi, which I'm not pronouncing very well. Yeah, so I was gonna like say this is like the stream of consciousness challenge, but there's no challenge that exists. I'm excited that in my delirium I have mustered up the confidence to set out these thoughts into the world. So I know no one really has that much time on their hands, but if any of the homies or the family tunes in, this is how I like to express myself, writing it down or just videos, and I'll have this someday. So I guess there's so many people who I could shout out in my time here, but definitely Vince, the whole initial gang, to be honest, Christy and Miranda as well, Max, the homie from class, and then Milena, who's coming back in January, too smart for her own good. Um, yeah, shouts to you too, lovely lady. So all my crew at Koto Academy, shout out to my teachers. So too many to mention at this point. We have like 3 Japanese teachers a month, and I've been in this building for like 10 months. I'm running out of classes. I have like 3 or 4 months left of the school. But shout out Soren too. Go you Bears. Soren was one of my first friends at university, and he did the JET program in Shikoku, Southern Peninsula, in a place called Ehime. And yeah, he's in town for the month, so blessing to have Soren around. He's going for N2, so 私の先輩だです先輩です. He is far above me in the kanji level, so with luck I will get to your level someday, Soren. But yeah, great to have him around. We still have some shenanigans to get up to before he leaves. But yeah, super cool to have him in my class at school. After knowing each other for so long at university in Maine. Yeah, so he's taking Noryoku Shiken as well tomorrow, but he's taking the one that really is like a big deal. It's like you can work for a Japanese company, so he's probably sound asleep right now. Um, but yeah, I guess that's really, he could go on. I guess I was shouting people out, my teachers. Oh, and Hisu Ines-san, and Joey, of course. Joey's gonna be back, my boy, in a couple of months, and Georgie, who still lives down the way. But yeah, and then Juliet and Jonah, my two best friends here, right at the end. Even though you don't hang out with me anymore. So just kidding, Jonah. You still hit me up with Juliet. Um, Sorry, I'm being dramatic. Jonah's a good boy. He hits me up all the time, even though he's in love. Um, but yeah, I guess Yuma Sensei as well. Kotake Sensei. Hiroshi Sensei. Well, Nami Sensei, of course. Nami Sensei, my Japanese tutor from who I found online, and gave me the recommendation for my school. Very grateful for her. We started working together when I was cleaning onsen in the countryside, and she said for the first couple months she only understood about 30% of what I was saying. It's one of my favorite stories. never had she had someone with such little Japanese ability, but such confidence in said abilities. So a couple months after we worked together, she said it was much easier to study because she actually knew what I was talking about. But I guess that's the effect of when you move to the countryside, and you know, I guess plenty of people spoke English, but some people didn't, and I always had to just like find a way. And I guess after all, no one understood what I was saying, and they do exactly what I do in Japanese when people don't understand me, which is like the nod and blank face. And then Gary for coming here. Sorry, Gary, my boy, my brother, for a couple weeks. He stayed in this this twin bed with me to be Gary's like I don't know 190 centimeters. He's like 6 feet tall, and we were in that little double bed together, saving money, so he could take me out to omakase, and he could ruin food for me. So yeah, my guy. Even though there's a gushing Instagram post about him, so I don't even need to shout him out on this. Um, but yeah, and I guess of course my grandparents, Emmy and Pops, who have made this another home for me. 1 year plus 1 year, 2 months, I guess. So it's gonna be really special. My mom coming back, Philip, Brace, coming for my birthday here. So to have them all back and have it feel like more like a home, like Pops and Emmy, my grandma and grandpa will be around, and yeah, I mean, I would probably be dead without them. I would definitely be kicked out of the country because I was fucking up my taxes without my grandma. She saved me, took me to the hospital this year, which I don't won't talk about. I'm okay. Um, Helped me move, cooks me food all the time. I nap in their bed like 3, 4 days a week or on their couch. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess finally shouts to my coworkers too, Yostin, David, Simon now in the crew, Kevin of course, and my boss Philip. Got like the chillest coworkers in the world and get to do what I love, and yeah, life is good. I mean, it's been hard a lot. Thanksgiving was kind of trash because everyone was gathering, and I was just here, not even eating turkey. Um, but I think that you gotta do what you gotta do. Like if you're following the feeling and you're feeling right, you just gotta do it. I miss all my best friends from New York City for sure, and it's just so far over here. Like it's just impossible to talk to anyone. But you know, we'll all be together again eventually, and yeah, I hope that everyone in my world and outside of it can always try to follow their feelings, because gotta do what you gotta do to be happy. So that's it. Goodbye for now. また後で、まあ、月に2回ぐらいビデオアップしようと思ってるけど、That's always 同じ約束だけど、守るかどうか待ちましょう。You probably don't say that, but only 1 year, long way to go.